Hey there, what's up, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Bekah, and I make videos all about working full-time throughout the week. I have a normal day job, and I also have been pursuing social media in the sense of a hobby for right now, but growing it as a business one day in the hopes of that. So yeah, today I wanted to kind of show you a little bit behind the scenes of how I plan ahead for the next week. And that includes personally, for YouTube, Instagram, meal planning, budgeting, just kind of everything. I like to really take a look ahead at the week and see what's going on, take a look ahead at the month and see what's going on, what events I have, what our family is up to. I am married, so obviously I need to incorporate my husband in the plans, but I just thought I would share with you guys kind of how I prep for a new month. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So first things first, the blue light glasses are on and we are ready to roll. So the first thing I want to kind of talk about is I have kind of a hybrid system of how I plan for the week and for the month. And the first thing that I wanted to mention is my planner. So I actually use the POWERSHEETS planner by the brand Cultivate What Matters. I will leave a link for this in the description box, but this is the full year version. So this is January to December of 2020. So this is how I keep track of what's most important to me. So I'm gonna dive into that a little bit in a second. And then also I am a big Google fan. I love Google Calendar, Google Tasks, Google Keep. I'm a Microsoft person when it comes to my computer. I switched from a MacBook to PC back in fall of last year. I also really like to use OneNote, that is by Microsoft. Anyway, I use both digital and a written form of keeping up with my calendar and my goals and all of that. So just wanted to preface this video by saying that. First, I'm gonna dive in a little bit into the planner that I use. I'm gonna first look at last month. So we are entering the month of March, and that means I want to look back at February and see how I did. I want to see what worked, what didn't work, and see like what exactly I want to focus on more specifically in the month of March. So this planner is really great because it helps you kind of break down like what matters to you most. And if you're interested, I will make a full video just on this planner. But in the beginning of the year, so back in January, I actually spent probably like a couple of weeks trying to go through all of these like beginners pages because it asks you tons of questions of very like thought-provoking, insightful questions. Like, first you start out just brain dumping goal ideas that you have for the year, and then you write out what fires me up, things that really make you just like really fired up inside. It breaks down all of the different areas of your life, so health, friends, finances, work, recreation, and even more. And you can rate yourself how you're currently doing, and then see kind of what you want to be focusing on for the year. You can write out your fears, what worked last year, what didn't work last year, people I'm grateful for, like so many good things. And then I love this section. It's all about my legacy. So what do you want to be remembered for at the end of your life? And I know that is such a deep question, but every day is leading up to that. Like, we're not here forever. And I am a Christian. I believe that we have a future in heaven if we are believers and if we have a relationship with Jesus. But I know that I want to be remembered for certain things, and I want to be remembered in a way where I have certain qualities, and I want my family to say sweet things about me, you know, when my life here is over. And yeah, that's kind of a morbid thought, but when you're planning out your life and you're planning out your months, like, you want to make sure that it's all included in the big picture. So then you kind of take all of those thoughts and it leads you to writing out what your cultivated year looks like. And I say cultivated because that's the name of the brand, is Cultivate What Matters, and it's an incredible system. I am loving it so far. This is the first time I've ever used it this year. So all of that leads us to here. So after I did all of my work to see what is most important to me, I have different goals. Something else that is very encouraged by this brand is you cannot do everything at once. You cannot do everything and cross off all 2020 goals in January of 2020. Like, it's just not possible, and it's not healthy. And then let's say you did that. Let's say, okay, it's January 30th, 31st, however the month ends, and I crossed off everything. Cool. Now what? Now what am I striving for? Now what am I going after, right? So this planner helps you to break down exactly what you're interested in pursuing per month. So for the month of February, my monthly action items, which means I wanted to make sure that I was doing all of these items that I'm about to say at least once a month. Here's a look at what the monthly spread looks like. This is the tracker page. And I wanted to give you kind of a preview of what like the previous month looks like before we go ahead and go on a fresh page. And yes, these things are kind of personal, but I feel comfortable sharing this. These are just my monthly goals and habits that I want to be tracking throughout the month. And this was for the month of February. And I'm going to show you the month of March and how I like to plan that out from scratch. But if I'm honest, a lot of these are repeats. I think at the beginning of the year, when you really establish what exactly it is that you want to be tracking, that's just really the part that takes the most time. And then after that, it kind of gets easier from there. And I find that now we're 3 months into the year and I am a lot more comfortable using this planner. Let's see how I did, shall we? First one, go on a double date. I did that. Awesome. Good job, Bekah. We went on a double date, so I'm going to take my Tombow highlighter and I'm just gonna highlight that one. Great. Next up is fix photo wall. So I am going to show you guys what I mean by that, but for Christmas I ordered some like photos and some frames with gift cards, and it came with this template so you could like put it up on the wall and then put the frames in the template. And we used that, me and Mitchell, and somehow it didn't work out. So I have on here to fix the photo wall, which we actually have not done that. So that might need to get moved over to next month. So I'm just gonna put a little arrow to move that because we need to do that. Next up is keep importing Google Photos. I did that. That's been a project and a half that I've been doing. If you're new here, I've been just trying to organize my digital space better. So yeah, that was a win. I have kept up with importing my Google Photos. Next up is make March content calendar. We'll get to that. And then the last one was find a way to track birthdays. I did that too. I actually found this app through one of Amy Landino's videos. If you watch Amy TV, she did a video on like the best apps that she loves. And there's this app called Hip. And it's a way that you can track birthdays and you can track anniversaries, and it's really cool and I highly recommend it. It was $10 to buy it for the year, but I think it's worth it, and I think it's really good because I know that I love when people tell me happy birthday, and so I wanted to like get better at like remembering my close like family and friends' birthdays, not like everyone in the world. But I wanted to make sure that I had a place where all of that was being kept. So those were my monthly action items. And then we have weekly action items, which were post a vlog on YouTube, encourage a friend, weekly date night, and laugh. And you might be like, why is laugh one of your weekly to-dos? Because I want to be intentional about laughing and having joy in my life. And that's the cool thing about this planner is it makes you think about stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to just have this list where I'm checking off a bunch of to-dos and like for the sake of checking them off. Like I want to look back at this and be like, wow, I checked off the fact that I laughed every week. That's great. And like, of course, hopefully we're laughing on a daily basis, right? But again, that's just something I'm trying to be more intentional about, and it's working because I am like crossing it off every week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this funny thing happened this week, and it's just like a fun thing. So I was successful at all of these on a weekly basis, so that's another win. And then my daily action items and habits for this month were going to work out at Burn Boot Camp 4 times a week, commenting on others' posts on Instagram 10 minutes per day, floss, and I wanted to track how many no spend days that I had. So how many days did I go with spending $0? And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 days that I didn't spend anything. So it's pretty good. The next part of the planning process for the month is reviewing the month before. So as you saw, I was kind of just looking at my tracker page and seeing everything that I had tracked there. But this page is actually just a month in review. So it asks you just insightful questions on how you think the month went, things like what you're grateful for, people that you're grateful for, goals that are going really well, things that you can improve on. And it's just a really good place to kind of reflect on what happened the month before. You can also write out things. I think in the very first box you can see I can write out like special memories that happened, and that's just really nice because I think it's important to reflect before you rush on to the next month and just keep on like looking at goals and stuff. Like I think it's important to pause and reflect. Alright, so that's February in review. Let's move right along to March and see what we want to do here. Each new month in this planner starts out with a quote on that beginning page of the month, and I just love that. It's just very inspirational and motivating. So this month was just Decide You Can, and I just love that. The first page in the new month is a prepare well page, and this just allows you to go through and kind of jot down your thoughts and just have a place to kind of brain dump. And I really like that too because you don't feel like you have to have everything all ready to go and plan out and have it like perfectly curated. It just allows you to kind of have a place for all of your thoughts, whether that's important to-dos. You can see here I have one that's on my mind. This month I was really stressing about not having enough time and not being where I want to be, but that's a lie, and I recognize that, and the truth is that I'm exactly where God wants me, and I just want to remember that. So that's a great thing for me to put down in this section as I move forward and set new goals. And here is a fresh tracker page for the month of March. So I am just going through, turning back when I need to see the previous month if I want to repeat any habits from the month before. And I'm just writing them all out in each section. I have one for monthly, one for weekly, and then also daily action items that I can track here on this page. So that is how I like to plan the following month out on my Power Sheets. Now I'm going to show you the digital side of things. So another tool that I really love is Canva, and I use this for different things. I used to make my thumbnails on Canva, but now I actually use Adobe Spark instead. But one thing that I really love Canva for is making a content calendar, and it's very simple. I have just a calendar layout that is from Canva, and I basically just fill in the blanks. So I make sure that I have the day of the month, and then I have my Instagram posts in purple, and then I have YouTube videos in red. That's just how I decided to organize it. But this was my content calendar for the month of February. So I tried my best to follow this, but it didn't really happen. Like, my week and my life videos were pretty much always published on Sundays, and I only filmed one a week instead of two. So this was kind of more of a goal rather than what actually happened, but I think it's better to have something rather than nothing, right? So if you're also creating content and you're on YouTube or Instagram and you're just trying to be more consistent, I highly recommend having a content calendar, and it will really help you to plan your stuff out. I just want to throw in real quick, I am not showing you guys my next month's content calendar because I don't want to spoil anything. So I thought I would just show you my February one. But if you want to see more in depth on how exactly I plan for social media stuff, I can definitely do a video on that. And leave a comment below if you would like to see that. That is basically how I plan for the upcoming month ahead. That is what I do to make sure that everything is on track for like my goals and the things that I want to pursue. And it's really just how I'm able to prioritize the important things in my life. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please give it a like if you want to see more videos like this one. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and hit that post notification bell. That will notify you anytime I upload a new video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!